to another episode of Cocktails and Canine Conversations with Laurie and Maria. We got dog bowls flying.
We got dog bowls flying.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Yes. So we are joining you on a winter day. It's very cold in central Pennsylvania. We were hoping to be outside, but we decided to move it inside because it is probably a brisk 20 degrees. Maybe
and windy.
and
really windy. Yeah.
So we're inside with the dogs, and we wanted to come in with you today to discuss a topic that pet parents ask us about regularly. And that is, how do I know what training program is going to be best for my dog? There are so many options out there. It can be a little overwhelming sometimes. So Maria, as a dog trainer, knows all the different options. And there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So just rattle off some of the different options that the pet parent might be bombarded with.
Well, I think one of the first things we want to talk about is, what is the facility going to offer?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm the training director at Playful Pups. Laurie owns Playful Pups. So it's totally different than a private trainer, which is, we'll talk about that in a minute. But as a facility, now you're talking lots of different classes. You're talking about classes that are specific to agility. You're talking about classes that maybe are specific to puppies. You're talking about classes that are sniff located. Nose work, right. Scent work.
Yeah.
So a lot of specific classes. Now, one of the thing about classes is that classes are curriculum.
Yeah. And we're talking about group classes where you would come with your dog and there would be other pet parents with their dog as well.
Correct. So it's a good socialization program as well, although the dogs don't play in anything, but it is definitely something that I think if you're looking for your dog to be around other dogs, yet still get some skill training, I think it's great. Puppies move into adolescence. Like, for instance, at our facility, we have a puppy manners class. We have a manners 1, manners 2, and then there's all kinds of different
specialty
specifics.
classes.
Yeah. You know, we have barn hunt. We have all kinds of things. So how do I know what's perfect training for her? I don't. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just,
hello.
I'm just kidding. She's a good girl. She went through puppy manners. As a matter of fact, when I was teaching puppy manners, she was my demo dog. And it was awesome to have her to be an example.
Right.
You know, because I trained Pino since she was 8 weeks old. So I think when you're looking at a facility, you're going to be looking at curriculum, you're going to be looking at classes, and you're going to be looking at things that have a structure. Now, if we talk about private training, Hello. If we talk about private training, that is when you can get a little bit more specific with training. Like when I do private training, my company's Full Potential Dog Training. When I do private training, I go in and I assess the dog. And I figure out, based on a client's goal, what do they want? What are they looking for? What's the end goal? So I create a plan to get them there. So one of the things about private training, though, I can tell you, is that private training is going to be your most expensive option.
Yes.
So there's cost involved. There's timing of going there. Most private trainers will come to your home. So that's awesome. They'll come right to your home. You don't have to really do anything except be there.
Yeah. And with private training, you can really hone in on issues that are happening in the house.
Correct.
Whereas in a group class or a day training option that would happen at our facility, you can't really target something that's happening in your neighborhood, right? If you're walking your dog or they're barking out the window. So it's
and you can do it a little bit, but
you can replicate a behavior.
You can replicate just enough.
Okay.
But it may not be enough for what your ultimate goal is. Right? So the ultimate goal is what we always have to keep in mind. What's your ultimate goal? And when you reach out to a trainer or you reach out to a facility, what you need to say is, this is my goal. How can you help me get there? Create a path for me. What can we do here together? If they don't have it, contact a private trainer. If the private trainer isn't listening to you or isn't really following what you're looking for, contact a different private trainer. It's very, very important. And I know this. and I take a lot of pride in listening to my clients, and that's why I do an evaluation, and that's why we do that. Just similar to daycare, we do an evaluation so we know exactly where the dog is going to land.
Right. And what's going to benefit them the most and where they will thrive the most.
Right.
So that, of course, is what you want when you're thinking of training your dog. You want them to be successful and thrive and learn and grow and to meet your ultimate training goal.
Correct.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the age, the breed, the personality of the dog. What do you consider better options, or what do you look for when you're looking at different factors of the dog's personality or stuff?
So I would always suggest a puppy manners class, whether it's at our facility, wherever you are. Always get your dog into a puppy manners class, because puppy manners is going to give you socialization. It's going to give you command work. It's going to give you the concrete base that we're all looking for. Because when we start with puppies, we're starting with quicksand. And we need to solidify that quicksand and really sure up some of those things. And the things that you learn in puppy manners are the things you're going to use your whole life. Sit down, stay, wait, leave it, all those
foundational behaviors.
They're foundational behaviors, and they're so important to have. So I would definitely recommend a group class, whether it's PetSmart, whether it's a facility that's close to you, whether it's someone says, hey, try this out, great. When a dog hits adolescence, that's where some problems can happen. We've talked about this many times. We've talked about adolescence. Adolescence can be frustrating for the dog. It can be frustrating for the people. But if you've got someone that's willing to work hard, matter of fact, I was telling you that I had a client this morning, and we were walking through Bass Pro. If you're not familiar with Bass Pro, it's cool. Anyway, we're walking through a Bass Pro, and she is a 6-month-old Canine. And Canine Corsos are protected breeds. So as we're walking through, I was kind of getting an idea of what was going on in this dog's brain. He's 6 months old, probably heading right into adolescence, has gone through our puppy socialization program. Really good, but has kind of a little bit of an issue with men, and kind of a little bit of an issue with just strangers reaching out to him.
And that's common for the breed.
Very common for the breed. And when we talk about breed personality, all of that stuff, it's important to look at. But this particular dog, she said to me, I don't know where to go from here. She said, I want to socialize him. I want people to be able to touch him. And I looked at her and I said, you know what? Your dog is selective. He's selective. He's not sure about people. So right now, we're not going to let people touch him. We're not doing it. We're going to toss a treat to him.
Make it positive.
Make it very positive. And then she said, should I get him into classes? Should I do this? And I said, right now, where he's at, he needs to just have a positive experience. So I know this client, and this client is going to work with this dog. So we had talked about A to Z. We have a program at the daycare called A to Z, which is a great...
That's a day training program.
4 weeks of Mind Your Manners, 2-week break, 4 more weeks Top Dog. It's a phenomenal basis program. I told her no.
So he's not quite ready yet.
I don't think he's ready.
Okay.
I don't think it's what he needs. He's very good with his commands. He's just a very unsure dog right now, because he's in that transition between puppyhood and adolescence. And that adolescence right now is kicking that dog's butt. And he doesn't know what to do. So I don't think putting him in another structured program is the way to go. We talked about day stays. I told her I would meet her at the facility. We're going to walk around, we're going to meet people, and then we're going to leave. We're going to make it a very positive experience. If you're looking for a facility to train your dog, I would highly recommend contact that facility. Go there. Spend 10 minutes. Meet somebody. Make it positive and get out. Right? Do that a few times. Most reputable facilities are going to encourage you to do that.
They'll be happy to do that.
Happy to do that.
It takes time and effort, on your part as the pet parent to do that, but there's so much benefit in the long run for you and your dog. If you have a puppy, especially a breed that is more hesitant or lacking confidence, or is a breed like a Cane Corso that is going to be a guarding breed, right? That their job, the way they were bred, is to protect the family. So that's probably a lot of what this puppy is doing is what was just inherent,
Absolutely.
Inherent behaviors. So,
And that's something when we're talking about breed, like if you have a doodle of some sort, most of those doodles are pretty like, hey, how you doing?
easy going, right?
You know, but then you have, you know, your Malinois. They're a little bit more cautious. They're the thinkers. They're, you know, breed matters. So when you're looking at the overall thing, find someone who's going to talk to you about your goals, who's going to understand the breed of your dog, the age of your dog. You know, what's it going through right now? Adolescence is quick maturity. It's quick brain development, quick body development. Sometimes the dogs may have pain in their legs because they're growing so fast.
Right. Sure.
You know, but dogs are also really good at hiding that.
That's true. I hadn't even really thought about that, because if you have a giant breed dog, especially, they grow tremendously quickly, and their development will affect their behavior, you know, where they are in the developmental stages, not just with their emotional and mental development, but their physical development. So that's definitely something to consider too.
Yeah, and they hide it so well.
Yeah.
They hide it so well.
They
They're
do.
just like, yeah, whatever. But, you know, if they're having pain in any way, you know, it's like kids. When kids are growing, you know, they wake up and sometimes they have knee pain or shoulder pain. And a lot of it, they call growing pains. Right. Dogs go through the same thing.
Right. Yeah, and we don't really think about that very much.
We don't, because we can't see it.
Yeah. And they can't tell us.
Right.
They can't tell us.
Right.
So what about if somebody adopts an older dog? They get a dog that's 6, 7 years old. What would your recommendations for training be for that dog?
Honestly, I would probably get a private trainer for that, because a private trainer such as myself, that we're going to come in and we're going to be able to do an evaluation on the dog. What does it already know? Has it been through trauma? You know, and be able to create a plan that's going to really fit that dog. Maybe it's basic obedience, maybe it's intermediate obedience, maybe it's just calmness, learning how to be calm. You know,
especially if they come out of a shelter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If they've only known one family.
Right.
For their whole life, and whatever happened. And now all of a sudden they're in a different family. Like, how do you help that dog
adjust?
Yeah.
And every dog is going to be different. But if you rescue from a rescue organization or a shelter, and you don't know the history of that dog, you have to learn. You have to learn about the dog. They need to learn to trust you, get to know you. So, but quite a few people adopt a middle-aged dog.
And I love that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We support that tremendously.
We support that tremendously.
Yes. But if so let's say they start with a private trainer, and it's going really, really well, and the dog is adapting, and let's say 4, 5, 6 weeks later, the dog is doing really well, and there's a good relationship being built. At that point, would you suggest a different type of training? Or
I would, because at that point, a good trainer is going to say, you know what, I think your dog would love agility. I think your dog would love, they're going to get to know the dog. And they're going to be able to point you in the direction of a fun class that you can do together, that you can continue to build your relationship with your dog, but you can do it together and it can be fun, and the dog is going to thrive, and the dog is going to enjoy what they're doing. So I would definitely do that. I've had a lot of clients who have adopted middle-aged to older dogs. And midway through, I go, you know what? I think he really likes to use his nose. So whether it's a breed thing or whatever, you know, just scent work or whatever. And I always say, you know, go try this. You don't need me anymore. Your dog is fine. Go try this. Build your relationship, because at that age, that's what they need. They need relationship building.
Yes. And they need to learn to trust.
Yes.
Exactly. And our brains are on the same wavelength there. Trust is critical. And that's how your dog is really going to truly continue to settle into your home and feel a part of the family, and just that relationship will continue to build. Yes. So are there any other training formats? So we talked a little bit about private training, group classes. We touched on day training. And day training is a relatively new concept.
It is.
Right? For day training in a facility has really become a thing in the past few years. And we put together our day training program in 2024. It's been a couple years. And it's become very popular. And it's a great way for our team, our training team, to establish some of that solid foundation. And you, the pet parent, you don't have to necessarily do the legwork. We're going to establish the foundation, and then help you, because our trainers will work on video. We provide video and instruction on how to perform those behaviors at home as well. But our trainers do some of the work So
We do the heavy lifting.
We do the heavy lifting.
But the consistency
Yes, thank you.
has to come from you.
Yep.
If you don't do the work at home,
It's for nothing.
it's for nothing. It's a lot of money to do nothing with your dog. We can only do so much at the facility. We only have so much time with the dogs. We only have, the 4 weeks, and then we go 2 weeks off and we do another 4 weeks. The ultimate responsibility, regardless of what program you pick, regardless of the program, it's up to you.
Yeah.
If you don't do it and you don't follow up and you don't build that relationship with your dog, it's not on the trainer, it's on you. And I say that with love, and I say that, and I tell my clients this too. I'm only here an hour. Like when I work with private training, I'm here an hour. Here's what you're going to do for the next couple of weeks till I see you again. And I'm going to know if you did it.
Yeah.
But if you're paying someone, whether it's a facility, whether it's a private trainer, why would you not do the work? Yeah. Do the work.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah. So one thing that we didn't touch on is stay and train. And I just thought about this.
Yes.
So some facilities call it board and train. At Playful Pups, we call it stay and train. And can we talk a little bit about that option?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So stay and train is great because stay and train is going to give, it's a little more consistent. They stay at the facility.
Usually depending on the facility, it could be 2 weeks, it could be 4 weeks.
Right.
I've heard of board and trains being up to 4 weeks.
Right.
So ours is traditionally a 1 week program or a 2 week program.
Right. Right. It's a very high intensity program. They get several specific training sessions per day. Obviously, when we get an application in, we call and we say, what's your ultimate goal? We want to know, what are we working for? Yes, we have a curriculum to follow, but we can adapt and we can adjust and we can do some really cool things with that. But we need to know at the end of this 1 week or at the end of this 2 weeks, where do you want to be at? Bottom line though, you got to do the work.
Yep.
Because you're going to get a whole, a couple hours of video. So every day the trainers are going to be recording and they're going to be doing some really cool stuff and they're going to show you how to do this and how to do that. And, oh, well, so-and-so was on the trail today and he was a little, reactive to a different dog and here's how we handled it. If you're not implementing this at home, that could be a problem. Yeah. But stay-in trains are awesome, especially if you're going on vacation.
Yes, yes.
It's a great time that they're already there. They're already there. It's a very intense program. The dogs thrive in it.
Yeah.
They really do.
And it is a lot of detail, a lot of commands and cues that the trainers work on. So I mean, it goes deep.
Yes,
it goes deep.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
And it's every day for 2 weeks. Every day, 3 sessions, 4 sessions a day. And what's so beautiful about the stay-in train is because the dog continues to stay with you, is you really see those little changes. You really see, what are they struggling with? What are they really thriving on? And the things that they're thriving on, we can kind of back off on, and we can really focus on the things that they're struggling with. So for me, as a private trainer, when I come out, I will see the same thing, but I'm not there all the time.
Yeah.
So in that 2 week time frame, hi, Pino. Yeah, there she is. In that 2 week time frame, they really get to know the dogs and they really get to love the dogs and they really, they take a heart to the dogs.
They build a relationship with the dog.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. And then we want to get them ready to send them home to you with all of their new skills and new behaviors. And the trainer will then do a private training session with you at home to help transfer the skill. Right.
Yep.
So
they'll come in, they'll walk through everything with you. Most stay-in trains will do this, and now ours does. Yeah. They'll come into your home, they'll walk through everything with you. If you're struggling with something or you just didn't understand it, okay, let's walk through it.
They can show you and demonstrate.
Let's walk through it.
Yeah. So, and that's one of the benefits of a stay and train. But as Maria said, every facility will be different. The way we do things at Playful Pups is going to be different than another facility that you may look into. So just make sure that you have a good rapport and that you feel good about the trainer and their methods, because every training facility or private trainer has their own methodologies that they use.
Yeah, ask the questions.
Yeah, you definitely ask
If there's
questions.
a question on your brain, let it come out of your
Yes.
mouth and
Yes.
ask that question and make sure you're comfortable with the answer.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of leads me into another thought. We recently created a wonderful guide. It's a comprehensive guide to selecting the best dog trainer for you and your dog. So we
It
will,
should be me.
It
But if
should
it's
be
not,
Maria,
it's
right?
fine.
Yeah. If you live in central Pennsylvania, it should be Maria.
Right.
So we will link to that in the post. We'll link to that guide, and you can download it. And it will also provide you with some emails with educational information as well.
It's a great guide.
Yes. So that we should wrap it up.
I think so.
We should wrap it up. So we are joined by two of our babies, Sambuca and Pino, and we are going to enjoy our cocktails and a dinner that Maria's husband is making.
Smells
for
amazing.
us.
Absolutely
Yes.
smells amazing.
Yes. But we want to invite you to check out Playful Pups Retreat. Check out Full Potential Dog Training. Subscribe to both of our YouTube channels, or check us out on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, all
the things.
All the things.
All the things.
If you want to learn more about training your dog, if you want to learn about the programs we offer, check out the Playful Pups Retreat website. We also have a blog with a lot of different training articles as well. And you can give us a call, and we are happy to talk to you more about everything that we offer at Playful Pups.
Ready? Cheers.
Here we go.
Signing off.
Signing off.
Take care.